Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another exciting edition of Sunday Night Skippy. Racing action here from virtual Phoenix International Raceway. We've got the road course tonight. I don't know that I've seen these guys here on this course, and it's been a subject of consternation. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is, but varied opinions on what this course will offer. But I'm excited for it because this is one of my favorite oval courses, and I think that these guys are going to put on a heck of a show, especially these Skippy Formula 2 guys. Joining me in the booth is Pim Luth, and he's going to be running all of the cameras and directing all of the action. Pim, you've got your work cut out for you tonight. How do you plan on handling that?
I actually don't plan on it. I'm just gonna try to see what happens. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I think this is better for my microphone. But no, so we had a lot of cameras. Not sure what went wrong in it, but we had to scramble to get some views. And I know there's gonna be a lot of things happening. I've seen the Wednesday practice session. I wanted to get that feeling. You know that feeling of like a start with Sunday Night Skippy? Well, I've done it, and I will tell you, corner one, it's going to be very, very much fun.
Yeah, I know that you were looking forward to the start of this race, particularly for that first turn. And man, I can't thank you enough for everything that you do. I just want to put it out there. I don't think that people realize how much Pim puts into the entire broadcast and trying to bring Sunday Night Skippy to the masses, including family, friends, people who just want to watch the race, people who are in the race who watch it later, all those things. Thank you very much. And I know it's very frustrating for you that you didn't get all your cameras in place and there was a reset on that, but I think that this is going to be fun regardless. We're going to make the most of it, of a bad situation here. But yeah, we've got a great lineup here for the Skippy Formula 2 race, and this particular configuration of racing always, to me, I know it's a controversial opinion, but I love the Skippy Formula 2 race. I know that the Skippy Formula 1 race is always going to be the alpha, the go-to, but I'll tell you what, man, these guys put on a heck of a show, and they have a great race configuration. I don't know what the word is again, but the way that they configure how they have to strategize with the pit stops and all that. I just think Skippy Formula 2 gets it right.
Just to make sure that we see the difference. The difference is that in Formula 2 we have 2 pit stops, and in Formula 1 we only have most of the times one pit stop, and that does make a big difference. I have to say, I personally, and I didn't think it was that controversial, I really like the Formula 2 setup, and maybe the Formula 1 should actually have a look at that, because it is really good to see those different strategies that you can do with 2 pit stops.
Yeah, well said, man. That's way better than what I was trying to say. Basically, we've got a third of the grid for Skippy Formula 2, but they put on 3 times the show. These guys are awesome. Love it. What they have to deal with through the race with 2 pit stops is fantastic. I love what we have going here. Joe Zubo puts on a great series, and we have him to thank for all this. So.
Yeah, no. With that said, I do want to say that normally Joe is driving. I didn't see him today, and that gives a lot of other drivers an opportunity. I see RJ McKenzie on the first position, 106.3. Is that guy belonging in Formula 2? Because that's a really good time. Jake Ashe is looking for a team. If someone needs a fast driver, Jake Ashe is the man to talk to. Kurt Stickney, Melody Chance, look at that, 4th position. Came in last season and now is running really this up here on the 4th place. Then we see Rusty Pontenberg, Dan Pagowski, Kurt Schmitz, 7th position, very well done. A little bit disappointed, but great to see him on the track. Peter Lee, look at that. Peter Lee, 11th position, 0.8 seconds away from RJ Mackenzie, but still all to play for. And then we have Dave Lopresti on the 12th position. Let's see if we have some more drivers, because I do know that there was a bigger track up here. Yes, we do see Christopher Goosey on the 14th position, Zach Snyder, the 13th position, Justin Diven is also back in this season on the 16th position, and Chaz Weber on the 18th position, and number 15 is Chris, and I have no idea how I have to pronounce his last name. Girondellis. Yeah, Girondellis. He has to give me an DM and give me some background information, but currently I think we are lining up. So let's have a quick look. I do see we're already up there.
Yeah. By the way, welcome back, Carter Stickney. We haven't seen him in quite a while, so thanks for joining us once again, Carter. Long time Sunday Night Skippy resident, I guess. And excited to see him. And RJ Mackenzie, yeah, newcomer. I'm you know, we split the two series, I guess, along firmer battle lines this season as we go ready for green here. And I'm gonna follow along with you, Pim, as we figure out if some of these guys are actually Skippy Formula One material, but I don't know why are we not going green yet? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think we do have some new people coming in, so maybe they have to get some extra instructions or anything like that. Sometimes that happens. But it seems an awful long time, and that means also those tires will get cold. So that could be very interesting to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, and
okay,
I do see,
yeah,
look at that, the lights are going off. All right, let's see what we can see in that first corner. Arye Mackenzie with Jake Ashe beside him. I see Carter Stickney going really quickly in that inside line. Curious if he can take a third position over there. He can. Oh, and we do see some people.
Driver around.
Ian Worrell. Yes, Ian Worrell was in the back over there.
And he's gonna get turned around and get going again, but that's actually pretty surprising, all things considered. We've got RJ Mackenzie in the lead, Jake Ashe in a close second, Carter Stickney in third, Rusty Pottenberg, Melody Chance, and Gianna Gibelli here. Oh my gosh, look at that move. Oh no, that's not ever gonna work. All the drivers
we see that here back in the replay. Yeah, he was really taking that inside line, taking Rusty and Melody out. Wow, that's gonna be up for discussion
that's
over
gonna be
there.
one for the stewards for sure.
I'm glad I'm not in that
we got somebody sideways here as well. Is that?
All right, where are you looking? Because that's Chris Giandellis over there.
Chris Georgianellis. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, I apologize, man. I've been in your shoes before, and I understand the frustration.
Ah, and he was behind the pit wall. That's why we couldn't see him. But I think he is okay.
He just got sideways there. I don't know what the heck happened there. What a crazy start to this race. But ultimately, we've got RJ Mackenzie, Jake Ashe, and Carter Stickney, your podium, and they've got a solid 5-second gap on the remainder of the field. Gianna Gibelli, Nate Struhls, and Dan Pegowski. Oh, I'm sorry, and Peter Lee, our own Peter Lee, in that second group. And you can see just how wildly different they're taking all of these turns. It's very close racing here. Dan Pegowski's going to look to the inside there of Gianna, and he's going to have the position, I presume, going into turn one here once again.
He does, and he does a really nice move over there. Started McCartney. What are they doing over there? Wow.
I need to move, click away from the blimp view here. So some close racing well throughout the field. So you got Jake Ashe makes contact. Oh my gosh, Carter Stickney is gonna be the recipient of that. RJ McKenzie off the track. He went just a little bit wide. He's gonna have to wait for all of these guys to go by, and he's gonna get back on the track there. I'd love to see what happened there and watch that again, but at the end of the day, Jake Ashe taking over that top spot with Carter Stickney about a half second behind.
Yeah, I'm trying to follow everything. It's a bit fast going on the moment.
Well, and this track, by the way, is pretty crazy because for all the oval drivers out there, they're going down pit road. It's very difficult to follow, and you can see Jake really cooking it there through the turn. That's going to let Carter Stickney, who hasn't been racing with us, but look at him just kind of picking up where he left off. He was always a fast driver, very consistent, and he's showing off what he's got there. Our good friend Peter Lee, part of the Cavoque broadcast racing family there, sitting in P5 right now. He's up 6 spots overall and sitting comfortably. He's got Dan Pagowski in front of him. I'm looking forward to seeing how he can maybe close the gap there. The gap right now, 0.9 seconds. So keep your eye on that and see if he can't make anything of that.
Yeah, he is catching up a little bit. While we see that Dan Pagowski actually did the fastest time. He is, of course, right behind Johnny Gibelli, a new driver up here. Really fast.
Well, yeah, and just as soon as he's able to set a fast time, RJ McKenzie sets the faster time there. You can remember he was on pole. He is looking forward to getting back up to the front there and driving with passion. Oh, and he's got to make his way all the way through. We had a pile up there of 3 drivers, including, I think that was Rusty Pottenberg, Ian Worrell, Melody Chance.
Let's have a quick look at the replay. We do see them going in over there, and it is a very treacherous corner. We see, yeah, that's going wrong over there, and the Melody goes straight into it. Wow. Well, that was the race of Justin Devon, Melody Chase, and Ian Worrell. Ian Worrell again in there. And while I say that, we do see that Peter Lee has come very closely to that Johnny Gibelli and Dan Pagowski. Wow, they're fighting very hard for position, but that does mean, where's Jake Ashe? Jake Ashe is still with Carter
I'm not going to
Stickney.
say he's checked out. He's only 0.3 seconds. Carter has kept Jake very close here, and they both have an 8-second gap to both Gianni and Dan. Well, and Peter Lee, for that sake. I mean, you gotta figure they have to work together. I mean, it's so difficult to get a win here in SF2. This style of racing, the competition that these guys have, you just can't take it for granted. So I'm really hoping that Jake and Carter are willing to just kind of stick it out and work together for just a little bit longer, maybe at least through the first pit stop here, and
while we say that,
extend their lead.
We do see here in the back Dan Pagowski fighting very hard to get that up to the 3rd position with Peter Lee right behind there. So that is in favor for Jake Ashe and Carter Stickney. And you know, it's funny that you were talking about Carter Stickney and Jake. They've been a while with Sunday Night Skippy. And so they know each other, they know their driving styles. And I do think that, Jake, knowing Jake and Carter, they will work together. And Yeah, they're actually still gaining over there, 8.6 seconds ahead.
Yeah, I think that a lot of that has to do with the fact that you got Gianni and Dan and Peter all just fighting tooth and nail here. And as long as Carter and Jake, oh, actually Jake's in pit road. Okay,
Of
so
course.
almost on cue. He's gonna do the undercut. Jake, the king of the undercut, the king of pitting as soon as you can. He's down pit road, so this is going to start the beginning of the
I will tell
strategy here.
I will tell you this is exactly what he wanted to do, because Carter Stickney was using him to save fuel. He saw that, and then he's like, okay, I can run this by myself. He's done this many times. Yeah, this is directly out of the book of him. And Jake will see. You will see him back at the end.
Well, and this is interesting because look at this. I mean, it's super early, but Dan Pegowski might be actually closing the gap there. I'm not saying he's gonna get there before the first round of pit stops, but Dan Pegowski's actually got some pace here to maybe make a challenge there on Carter Stickney. Obviously, and
yeah, he is going a little bit quicker than at least Gibelli and Lee on the moment. But it is difficult to get run away. But maybe they have got the message and starting to work together as we say this. What are we doing? Oh!
Yeah, no, Gianni, look at that. Look at the nice over-under there. He is really just pushing the issue. Peter Lee kind of hanging out behind them for the moment, at least. I hope he maintains his composure there for just a little bit.
Oh no, this is Peter. This is Peter all over. If he's not in the Brute Cup, he's that team member of me, because and I do have to say, look at that beautiful car of him, those colors over there. But that's the improper racing. I'm part of that team as well, and Peter is always our steady Eddie. But while I say that, of course he's going to make the move right now. Look at that.
Of course.
No steady Eddie for him. He's making the move, and he's making it stick. I'm curious if he can hold it up here, because there is somebody going on the inside line over there. Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Oh, they got to get. Oh, he's going to go into the grass. That's so
he's not
tough.
hitting. Yeah, and he's not hitting the grass. And look at this. He is getting back up.
That's
nice.
That's way too much respect. That is way too much respect.
Well, but I was a little bit through, because he is really, really safe. And look at that. That was a nice, safe move, but also great of Gibelli to try it. Great.
As a fan of entertainment, though.
But
hey, check it out. Carter Stickney is still out there. We've got Jake Ashe is your leader of the people who have pit at least one time so far. Skippy Formula 2 demands 2 pit stops, so we will see what happens. RJ McKenzie is your hot lapper of the evening with a 106.32. He is approximately 18 seconds back from Jake Ashe after the early lap, I think it was lap 1 or lap 2 incident. So he's got his work cut out for him, but he's clearly got the pace here to try to make it up.
Yeah, we see now more people coming into the pit. So Peter Lee is also going in. I see Dave Lepresti going in, and that gives Jake an opportunity to pass some easy people. And he's now back on that 9th position. He's also running quite quickly.
Yeah, I'm really shocked that Carter has not gone in yet. He's got... I mean, he's not going to be running into lap traffic quite yet. The only cars in front of him are Justin Divin and Ian Worrell, who are running laps. It's not like they're going to be an issue here, like we saw in the BRL race at Bristol earlier. But
No, that was a crazy race, I have to say. But look at how Dan Pagowski now goes in. Really tight on that line.
By the way, Christopher Guzzi, who I think will be joining us for the SF1 broadcast, he's going to be going in, having a fantastic race. He's up 6 positions now, and obviously that's going to shuffle through just a little bit as he makes his way into pit road to take the fuel, but really great run for him so far.
Yeah, I'm curious when Carter Stickney will go in. He is currently the leader, but we'll have to make a move, and then we really see how much Jake Ashe had on that undercut. This is really good for the people who are watching the broadcast, especially the Formula One people here. You can see what an undercut does.
30-second gap, yeah. So 30 seconds. We don't have the same technology that the F1 drivers and team principals do, but...
Oh, I see Peter Lee has crashed over there.
No, Peter!
Yes. Peter, he got a little bit of a push and from RJ, and that was enough for him. I don't think he was really damaged. At least it doesn't look like. He's come back on the track and he can continue.
Oh. Yeah, that may have been a little bit of netcode. RJ was accelerating a bit, but yeah, I didn't see any actual contact there from my perspective. But yeah, we'll let that one.
No, these things happen, and for this reason, Giant Gibelli is actually getting a lot closer. Yeah, man, names is going to be difficult. And I see Jake Ashe has crashed in the back over there. Jake Ashe.
Jake!
What was he doing? Had a really nice run over there. Goes to the inside and oh, makes a turn. Oh, but not damaged. That's a good thing. He wasn't damaged at all. But this will cost him maybe even that first spot.
Locked up the front tires or something, I don't know.
Yeah, this is the moment that Carter Stickney says, I'm going in. Look at that, he's standing over here. I am really curious what this means. Dan Pagowski is in.
Yeah.
Basically everybody is in and Jake Ashe is still coming by. Look at that.
Carter Stickney's out of pit road.
Yeah. Okay, so Jake Ashe, come on.
And Jake's trying to make the move on the outside. Yeah, he's gonna make it. Holy cow!
Jake Ashe, what has he done? He made a mistake and he still was fast. Look at that, how fast Jake Ashe is on the moment.
Yeah, no, he was like, you know what? No, I've got this.
Send it. Full send.
How dare you try to take this position from me?
I am very curious what is on the car of Jake Ashe. There's some Japanese signs. If we have some viewers from Japan, please let us know. But currently, for me, it means I'm gonna win because he's unbeatable, man. Look at that,
Yeah,
beautiful
your guess is
paint
good
from
as
him.
mine, but that makes the most sense to me. So it's Jake Ashe. Carter Stickney is a half second behind. They've got 11 and a half seconds back to RJ McKenzie and Dan Pagowski. Actually, they're having a great battle here, by the way. They're wheel to wheel for that third position. Dan Pagowski, RJ McKenzie, they're going down the front stretch here of the oval.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, and I think this is a wise move of them not to go too wide over here. I've seen it happen, and I've seen it also going wrong, and this is a nice move. But it feels like Dan Pagowski has a little bit of difficulty to actually catch on, because he's already nearly a second from him away.
Oh, there's going to be contact. Sorry, all the way back there. Gianni Gibelli is going to go sideways. He was trying his best to make his way through the field.
He was behind Melody, and then he gets... Oh, somebody got a little bit eager on that inside line. I think that was Ian Worrell who basically said, I'm going to take that inside line. But again, luckily no damage, so can continue. And we see with Jake, weird things can happen. I'm curious if Jake can break that draft from Carter Stickney.
And hey, Pim, I want you to check in on Nate Strules and Dave Lopresti here for the battle for P13. This battle has been going on for just a little bit, but these guys really turning it on, really turning on the screws here.
Yeah, and Dave is right behind there.
Anything for Dave.
All right, does he go? Is he going here on the inside?
No, he's gonna. Oh, so this is interesting. When there's not the initial push into turn 1, I think it's as you get closer to turn 2 when you realize, hey, this guy's actually going for the pass or not. That's what this track, this configuration is absolutely
mental. You can say
to
that.
most people, yeah, but you don't even get a sense of when the passes are going to happen really until these guys make their intentions known, and especially going into turn 1, that's not until 75% of the way through the turn.
All right, so we do see that RJ McKenzie, who was involved in that earlier incident in the beginning, is really putting the fast lap up here. So can he make up 11 seconds? Remember this, it's 19 minutes in the race, 11 seconds behind. You will see 35 minutes. I wouldn't be surprised if he was on a little bit higher on the podium.
Melody Chance is going to lock up the brakes just a little bit. That's going to let Ian Worrell go by. We've got Peter Lee and Christopher Guzzi and Rusty Ponberg here locked in a battle for P5. All of these folks have actually a pretty good day. Dan up 2 spots, Chris up 9, Peter up 5. Actually, Rusty's not probably pretty happy he's down 2, but this is a great battle here for a top 5 finish.
And look at this, Peter is going to make a move with Rusty right behind him.
Inside. Oh my gosh, is he going to make it?
Oh, yes. And is Rusty also going to make the move? I'm very curious. Rusty, no, he's not going to make that move.
No. He
but
backed
a nice
out.
move from
Peter.
and
that's respectable. He probably could have made that work. But very respectable move to.
Yeah, but let's go up to the front because we see
lap.
Jake Ashe getting some heat from Carter Stickney, who is going to have a look on the inside. I'm not sure if he's going to make a move, but impressive.
Yeah, Carter. It's been interesting. He's been kind of this entire race been I don't know, just like poking and prodding. I would call it reconnaissance. He's just kind of trying to figure out where he might be better than Jake.
Well, I think he figured out that he is not better than Jake, and he's just trying to stay behind him to save as much fuel as possible. And I want to bet you, Jake is going to go in very, very soon.
You think so? Yeah. Well, yeah. He was one of the first ones, right? So he's on an 11-lap stint along with RJ McKenzie and Ian Worrell. Actually, these guys were the first drivers to pit, along with Justin Devin, who's back in actually. So Justin Devin is the king of the undercut at this point in the race. We'll see if Jake and
and there's Jake going into the pit.
Yep.
Well, my first award is in this season. I was correct with Jake, and we see more people going in over there. RJ McKenzie's
in. Yeah.
That means that Dan Pogowski easily takes that second position.
Great battle between Rusty Ponberg and Christopher Guzzi here. These guys are wheel to wheel going across the start-finish line. Rusty is going to take the position, at least for the moment, going around turn 1.
And they
actually.
have
Yeah,
to
he's in the
really
clear.
work hard if they want to catch up with Peter Lee, because Peter is running this on the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be a homer. I think that's what they call it, a homer. But you know,
Boo.
obviously Peter Lee, a big part of the broadcast. He's helped develop the Cavalcade Racing app, and so we obviously cheer for Peter when he's on the track.
We cheer for him, but
But
you go for it. Go for it. Where do we go?
I mean, we can't be too obvious with it, but I'm really impressed with him so far. He's running in third position. He's got to stop again, obviously, but
Oh yeah, no, but I will tell you, I'm driving with him in a GT3 league, and the last moments he's been really, last weeks he's been just finding a lot of speed, and he's also really good in setting up the car, understanding exactly. I always have to ask him what we need to do. I just give me a setup and I drive, but he knows exactly what we need to do.
yeah, I think, you know, with guys like Peter and you and me, we're old. We're old.
Oh, thanks.
and so so we're willing to, you know, if you're willing to take the input and the feedback, you kind of learn at a certain point. You got to take that in, and I think Peter's one of those guys that he's willing to be receptive to what he's doing wrong, and you can see it on display here.
It's way easier. He really understands what driving means. He has some real life experience. And while we say that, I do have to say, I do want to point out that I'm currently looking at Kurt Smith. A little bit behind the 14 positions. I think he had a couple of incidents. But look at that paint. Really, really well done. I think it's a new one, because I haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, that's a hot looking car right there.
Wish was a little bit higher up, as Carter Stickney is coming back onto the straight again.
Hey Pim, would you say you wish you were a little bit taller?
I wish I was a baller.
Wish you had a girl, a kid that you would call her?
Yeah.
Wish you had a rabbit in a hat?
I want to go. Yeah. All right, that's how old we are.
We're gonna get another copyright infringement.
Well, I think we use more music than that. If that's going to be an infringement, I'll gladly take it. But we currently see Carter Stickney.
Well, okay. So we got Carter Stickney out front. Carter Stickney is Carter Stickney's out front. Dan Pegowski is in second. Actually, what happened to Jake Ashe?
Jake Ashe, they went to the pit, of course. We went to the pit, and he's
no, but
there.
what?
He went to the pit, and he's fifth. So he's like. Easy peasy.
Oh, he's on his second pit stop. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I gotcha. All right. So Carter Stickney, Dan Pegowski, Rusty Pondberg, Melody Chance. Those are your people who have not pit twice. Those are your people who have to basically be Jake Ashe at his own game.
But I do have to say, Melody has gone up a lot. Last time that we saw her, she was always in like 10th position. She is really now, with a bit of luck, going for that podium, or at least trying to get very close to it. Rusty Pontenberg, third position.
Yeah, and you know, Melody had a earlier race incident there, so you can see she's missing the front wing. Oh, never mind. Disregard. She's not missing the front wing.
No,
but
she's just
she had an earlier incident.
She's going into the pit together with Rusty. So that means that Jake Ashe is again going one up, and he's now on that third position.
We'll see. So Jake Ashe's got a 20-second gap on Dan Pegowski, and Dan Pegowski still has yet to pit again.
And if you look at the times from Jake, he's very consistent. Had that one screw up in lap 19, and for the rest, 106. And that's what you need over here, consistency.
We've got a great battle here, by the way. Christopher Guzzi and Melody Chance all the way back here for P10. Melody has to back off for just a little bit.
Yeah, I think she's going to grab it right over here on that straight, or otherwise
That's
in this
frustrating.
corner.
That's frustrating for Melody. Like, you gotta... I don't think people realize the patience that Melody is showing here. I think that she has the pace here on Guzzi, but...
Yeah, she definitely has the pace over here. You can see that over here as well. I do think it should go now a little bit closer. And if she can catch up, then she can put it to the side over there. I saw a little bit of a hiccup. She needs to put it there. She needs to put it, and that's it's a great great skill.
You gotta get into the inside there. Yeah. There you go. There you go.
All right, and that's where you see the real drivers coming up. She knew that she had to wait over there, but he's fighting back. Look at this, he's fighting back. He's not. She's not done yet. Oh, big off track over there.
Brave move, though.
Yeah, and she is a lot quicker now, and we can really see the speed of her.
Oh, hey, by the way, Jake Ashe locked it up.
No, Jake Ashe locked it up. That's never happened before.
Yeah, going into turn 1, he locked it up. So that's gonna really impact the rest of the race here. We're coming down to.
I don't think it's gonna mess up his race. I think he's gonna win a solid win over there. And we see that we'll see that on the end of this lap because Carter Stickney went into the pit. So I am really curious what's going to happen.
So we got 5 minutes remaining, and you're right. So Carter Stickney and Dan Pikowski both in pit road. The guy that get to worry about here is Jake Ashe.
And Jake is coming here freely over the start finish, so he can continue. We do see in the back that Dave Lupresti has been crashed, but Jake is taking the lead. Look at this, and this is going to be really close with Carter Stickney coming out of the pit. Oh, now he needs to go back immediately. Carter, come on, you can get that draft and everything still to play for. Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. We see Dan Pikowski right behind, 12 seconds behind them. Oh, Jake is missing in the corner over there.
Jake goes wide. Oh, this is going to be a good race for the finisher.
All right, Carter, do you want to come back? Because he just opened the door over there. Jake
Christopher Guzzi is going to go sideways. That's going to let... Oh, no, I'm sorry. Somebody went sideways. As Melody Chance went sideways. That's
all right, let's have a quick look at that because you made it really spectacular. So let's have a quick look at what Melody had to go through. Oh, she's making full, great locking of the brakes.
You hate to see it.
But I'll be honest with you, if you have to see it, then let's see it that way. I think it's a great way of stopping your car. Great control of that car.
Yep, that's locking your brakes. That's respectful of the other drivers. That's what you want to see, 100%.
And we're back here at Jake Ashe and Carter Stickney. Although I also see in the back Peter Lee is fighting again with Rusty Pontenberg. Rusty is going to be tiring this morning. Spent how many laps? 230 laps in Bristol.
225, I think, but yeah, either way, that's good on Jake for coming back out here and doing that.
Jake was in that race too, but I was actually talking about Rusty Pontenberg because I think
Rusty Pontenberg, both. I mean, both of them. Sorry, I was focused on here on Jake.
Yeah, let's have a quick look on Jake.
There's only a half-second difference between Jake and Carter Stickney.
Yeah, Yeah, this is going to be the last laps, what we're going to see. I do see that Justin Diven crashed in the back. I'm not sure what exactly happened, because we're sitting here in lap 29 with... oh, and he does it again! Jake Ashe, the second time that he makes that corner really tricky. Carter Stickney needs to get his notes out and need to understand that this is the time to attack next lap.
Yeah, we're really approaching crunch time here.
Yeah, and Carter knows this. Jake has now made that mistake a couple of times. Is Ricardo really going to do it in the last lap? I don't think it is last lap. I think we still have a couple of more minutes.
Yeah, I think we got probably 2 laps left. We've got 33 and a half minutes into a 35-minute race. But we're at about a minute and 5 or minute and 6 seconds per lap, so.
Yeah, and they're coming here over start finish. And Jake is running a little bit. Is he already? No. Here we go again. Oh, is he going to make that same mistake? No, he's not going to make that mistake. Too bad for Carter. Because Carter was thinking of overtaking him over there. But he is getting really close. Look at that. I think Carter is really just going to have a quick look, and that's about it. Let's have a quick look in the back over there, because we do see that Peter Lee is trying to close in on Rusty Pontenberg. And I see that. Jake Ashe getting really close.
Every single
white flag.
time.
Okay, white flag. Jake Ashe. And he has now Carter Stickney. Carter Stickney puts up the fastest lap, 6:02 over here.
That's right.
Oh, and there's somebody over there, but that's not going to be a problem. Jake is going to hold this line over here. So that's an important part. It looks like Jake is looking very good in this section. Whoa! Look at that. Carter is pushing his car to the limits.
I mean, this is it. If he wants the victory, this is going to be the lap to do it. But Jake Ashe
is
just running the
really
lap
nice.
that he needs to run. Yeah, fantastic lap by Jake Ashe here.
Look at this. This is going to be a nice season starter. And they come here to the line, and I don't think Carter Stickner is close enough. No, he's not close enough, and that means that Jake Ashe gets his first victory over here at Phoenix. Look at that, an awesome start of the season with Jake Ashe as a winner. Carter Stickney, Dan Pegowski is coming here over the line. Also great race. And what I think about Arjun McKenzie. And there we see Rusty Pontenberg, or is Peter Lee going to grab him? No, Peter Lee is not going to grab him, and that means the 6th position for him. Ian Worrell coming there in the back. Has to take that 7th position, and Christopher Guzzi, 8th position. Curious what his race thoughts are. And here we see Melody Chance and Nate Strules also coming over the line. And then it's for a long time quiet, and we do have to wait for Zach Snyder. I do see him here coming in, Zach Snyder. And then we see Johnny Gibelli. What happened to Johnny? He was driving so well in our previous race, in the beginning. He just couldn't make that happen anymore. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was our first intro of the season. I'm looking very much forward to the Formula One. I'm really curious what's going to happen. We'll have to wait and see
obviously
for that.
the big difference here is that there's going to be a lot more Skip Barber from the 2000s on the track. But that being said, I'm actually trying to figure out. I want to make sure that if anybody's listening who's planning on joining the next session.
Well, they can join. I'm gonna go quick to see if I can catch up with the other track. We will see them soon.
Very. Welcome to another exciting evening of Sunday Night Skippy Racing action here from Phoenix International Raceway. We've got the road course tonight, which I am super excited about. And we have a full booth. And I'll tell you what, man, this is very exciting for me. Joining us is Skippy Formula 2 racer, Peter Lee. How are you doing tonight, man?
Just wiped the sweat off my face and my neck and feeling good. It's been a long time since I've been in a Skippy race. So it was fun to get back in the saddle.
Well, joining you tonight is another Skippy Formula 2 racer, Ian Worrell. Ian, hey, welcome back. By the way, we were watching some old YouTube videos of, season 2 broadcasts, and your voice came through loud and clear. We miss you, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Real life has been a little fraught and busy, but I think we were starting to manage to get that into a position where I should be able to race and broadcast a little bit more regularly, which I'm really looking forward to. And I've missed you guys, man. I really have.
Ian, you have your priorities all wrong. Out there saving the world instead of being with us. That's crazy.
I wouldn't call it saving the world, but it's fun times.
You do have to have your priority. Like, Skippy Formula 1 obviously is the priority above saving lives. I don't know what we're even talking about here. But, on the other end of the spectrum, we would like to welcome, for the first time in the broadcast booth, Christopher Guzzi, who, again, Skippy Formula 2 racer. But, Chris, how you doing tonight?
Great. I think you invited 2 people that victimized me tonight, didn't you?
Oh, all right. So we've got some drama to unfold here as we go along. But and as always, Pim Luth running the cameras, just doing everything that's necessary to make this stream as amazing as it always is. Pim, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling great. I think we had a great race in Formula 2, so I would love to hear from all these Formula 2 drivers coming up here. How their race was, and but I actually have to say I'm also really looking forward to what we're gonna see right over here. We all know Leo won last season. What's gonna happen right now? I see Jeffrey Decker is still racing over here, but also Jason Bice. Have you seen it? He's back on track.
Yeah,
I have.
Just a surprise visit from Jason Bice, and not only that, but to just jump back into a top 10 contender every week. Explain that to me. I don't know. Has he been practicing?
I think it's against some league rules to do that, but I guess we'll have to let it go. And then newcomer and new hot shoe Philippe Jett. Qualifying in P5, and it'll be super interesting to see what he can do automatically in his very first league race with us, qualifying in the top 5.
Well, that's a nice one for
very
the top
tough
5.
to do.
But we have a new, not a new name, but we do have a new pole sitter over here. Leo is no longer the pole sitter. We have Michael Howanek on the first position. Look at that. What a great start for him for this season.
Yeah,
that.
Yep.
What
and
a great
he even
start.
improved us. Look at it. 105.9. That guy is okay.
That's going to be tough to beat.
105.9 with no draft help since it's lone qualifying. You only have 4 flying laps, so your tires are not up to temperature. Yeah, that's another rule breaker right there. It's incredible.
And this is a particularly tricky track on cold tires, especially your turn 1 coming into there on cold tires. It is a real balancing act where you really are trying to keep the car on the ragged edge of sticking to the ground as you go through there.
Yeah, Ian and Chris Guzzi, I don't know. My knuckles are still white from clenching my steering wheel every time I went through turn 1.
Yeah, that was quite a trip. It took me about a week to learn that curve.
They do say it's one of the hardest corners in the iRacing setup, so learning that, it's very satisfying when you get it right. It's really annoying when someone's coming out of the pits and they're right in your line and you have to go around them, but it works.
One of the tricky things, and we'll want to watch that, especially in the first 3 or 4 laps of this big field. I think we are 29 racers. There's more of an accordion effect on the exit of turn 1 than on the entry. People come flying through, but people take all sorts of different speeds and lines on the exit. And, there's 2 wide, maybe even 3 wide, and varying speeds, crazy differences in speeds on that exit. I think all of these drivers are going to have to be super, super careful for the first few laps.
Yeah, we do see that the qualification has ended currently. So let's have a quick look at the drivers. We see Michael Hoanek on the first position, Leo Akarov second position, Jeffrey Decker third, Max, really good, Max Di Giacomo fourth position. And then for me a new name, Philippe Jette on the fifth position. Am I the only one who didn't know his name?
Oh, I've never seen him before.
Yeah, well, he's a newcomer. He's very well known in the public race circuit for the Skip Barber Formula 2000, and typically a worldwide top 10 driver. And so it's great for him to be joining Sunday Night Skippy.
Oh, that's going to be nice to see that. I do like his team name. It's Frogs Go Vroom Vroom. Well, let's see if that Philip goes vroom vroom. We do see behind him Carl Dronke with a new team, Breaking Bad Motorsports. That sounds really dangerous. Curious how Carl came up with that name. Then we have Alan Paris on the 8th position. Great for him to see there. And then, of course, Scott Bell. I know that we have a lot of fans from Scott Bell in the house. Well, he's on that 9th position. And right behind him, Gurken de Meer. And then, look at that, Sammy Bridges, new season, and he's back over there. Not yet in the 10th position, but we'll see a lot of fighting from him. And then on the 12th position, Mark Reiner. Also, I think a new name up here.
Yeah, I think Mark Reiner's a new join to the group, to the league, and so I think it's saying good for this new season. We'll see some fun things.
Yeah, we see some more names coming back. Jonathan Dockery, 21st position. Great to see him back on track. I'm really curious where he got the energy from to go back out there and fight here amongst all the others. And then what about Chris Stewart? I was watching in preparation of this race on week 2, and I think that's why you were referring Chris to that video. I saw Chris already in that race as well. He's been everywhere.
So, yeah, Chris was one of the founding fathers of SNS, and he left us for just a little bit. Obviously, life happens, but it's so good to see him back and doing so well. I mean, the fact that he could just jump back in and qualify P13 or Q13, I guess, in a field full of some fantastic Skippy drivers just speaks to his natural ability.
Yeah, for sure. Chris has always been good and fast and nice and steady as well, clean racer. So I'm really looking forward to seeing this, and I'm glad to see that Leo has been pipped at the post there. So it should make some very, very interesting racing up front.
We'll see how Chris Stewart, it's great to see him back, but he seemed awfully distracted with learning his new Photoshop skills to paint his car.
That's true. That's true.
Funny story. I was we were driving on with our GT series with Jeffrey Decker, and I've been practicing Knockhill for about 2 weeks. He came onto the track and said, "Yeah, sorry guys, I didn't practice." And you could actually notice that because he was a little bit slower, and during the race he was getting up to speed, and in no time he had like such a fast times. I think his position was 3 in the end. He can drive anything.
Yeah, that guy's quick. And Knockhill was a pain in the GT3s.
But
yeah, I've learned to appreciate it. What about you, Peter?
I wish you hadn't told that story, Pimp, because I wear a badge of honor that I actually outqualified Jeffrey Decker in a race.
That's a good job, man. Good job. Yeah, throwing cars into the air to make it go around a corner. I don't know. You'd think it was a Skippy.
For me, it was just so well to see that how quickly he learns that car. Like, he was really a little bit slower in qualification and on the first lap, and after that he just made a lot more speed, and suddenly he was right behind me, and I was afraid. I went into the pits. I didn't want to have anything to do with him. I do see that we're on track.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we got about 40 seconds left until the field's ready to go green. All these drivers are ready to get going. We got a static start here, which is different than what we saw earlier on the Bonfire Racing League, and should create some excitement here going down into turn 1. Pim, do you have a good camera angle for us going down into turn 1 here?
I think I have, and then I think I don't, because with this many cars, things could get really crazy. I'm a little bit afraid
Makes it
that
tough, yeah.
I'm not betting on anything. But on the other hand, there are really clean drivers, so could be that we actually get disappointed in corner 1, and then we get them all in corner 4 or 5. So let's see if we can spread out and see what we're doing. The lights are going on. Leo Octarov on the second position, Michael Howanek on the first one. I'm really curious what they're going to do. And then see also Jeffrey Decker over there. Everybody's going to the inside already immediately.
They're all the way
Right,
clean.
here we go.
Everyone tiptoeing through this first set of 3 turns, and then up to T5, where things can settle down a little bit.
Oh, we got a car off the track. Jonathan Dockery is going to lock up the brakes, but no other cars really in contention there. He's going to get back on the track, and everything's okay.
I'd be interested to hear Ian and Chris's thoughts on this, but I felt on cold tires that this track was so treacherous and requires so much finesse.
Yeah, you can't stop thinking on this one. This is, although it's not a particularly difficult track to learn where the corners are, you do have to be concentrating the whole time, because some of the corners you do have different lines that you can take through them. And turn 1 is a little counterintuitive, where you basically coast into the very beginning of it and sort of throttle and steer your way around it with cold tires.
Just to interrupt, Ian, Leo Oftroff going into turn 1 dove inside of Michael Howanek and is now in the race lead.
That seems like it's going to be one of the better places to pass, obviously, but Leo, yeah, making full advantage of that turn 1 pass.
Well, one thing that surprised me was some curbs are treacherous and some curbs you just go flying right over. And until you just practice them, you don't really realize which ones are going to be a problem, which ones aren't.
Be true. And the other thing is, it's not an easy track to overtake on. You know, you do have to really think about where you want to put your car when you want to do an overtake.
Yeah, that last hairpin that they just all negotiated, that's it's so important to get a good run out of that, because there is a little bit of a draft as they enter this oval. But, you know, you have to just get it perfect in that exit to have a shot at it.
Leo set the fastest lap of 106.4, still in first place. I see Jet, or as someone said in the chat, we're saying his name wrong. So yeah, it should be Jet.
Jet.
Yeah, I think it sounds French, which is maybe why he's talking about frocks going vroom vroom.
Very good, oui oui.
There you go. Little pun he's got going on there.
Sensors drop.
Well, Leo Acharov is trying to separate himself, but not doing it very well, because I'll tell you what, Michael Howanek, Jeffrey Decker, Jet, and Max Giacomo. Well, shoot, actually, let's bring that out a little bit more there. Jason Bice.
Carl
Look at Jason Bice holding on to the back of that front pack there. Gaining a little bit of separation from Alan Paris, and that's going to be your front pack. Leo Acharov all the way back to Carl Jonke, and look at this. Oh my goodness. Max Giacomo making the fantastic move on Jason Bice, who, I don't know, we'll see if he likes that at the end of the day, but there you go. Max is in front, so...
Yeah, I'm just looking at a little battle for P15, which is currently held by Sean Tretiak, but just hotly pursued by Andrew Cole and JR Hoops. They are just stuck together like glue. And then right behind them is even bigger train with Chris Daniel, Charlie McCarty, Jeff Torbeck, Jason Berkheimer, and Steve Dewar. And now it does look like Andrew is making the pass on the oval section over Sean Tretiak.
Yeah, Sean Tretiak, he's been with us for a hot minute, man. He's a SNS regular, and I know that at one point he was talking about how his daughter liked to watch the race and get the strategy. So I want to make sure we give a shout out to Sean Tretiak and his family. And yeah, what a great race for him so far. He's up one spot there in P16. Just one of the staples of SNS since the beginning.
You know, I was in this position for a whole bunch of laps where JR Hoops is the third guy in a 3-car train. And, to the point that Ian said before about being hard to pass, I saw no opportunities to pass. I was getting great draft from the double cars in front of me, but it was just very hard, and you just had to think one car at a time. And
Sure.
it's now looking like Chris Daniels.
Well, yeah, you look back at check out Jason Berkheimer in P21 with Kyle Reed and Steve Dewar. These guys are all going presumably 3 wide. Benjamin Harris and Brian Perez right behind them.
This will be scary going into T1.
Oh, and somebody went way off. Who is that?
Daniel,
Is
Chris
that
Daniel.
Chris Daniel?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, and somebody
JR
else is
Hoops
off.
crashed. JR Hoops.
JR
crashed.
Hoops.
Yeah. Trying to see if I can see what happened to him. Oh, he miscalculated the left-hander coming out. Oh, I think it's like turn 1, 2, turn 4, turn 5. I need that little left-hander. The go around. He got it a little too close, and he took his rear left tire off.
Well, we got a great battle here for the lead, by the way. Let's not forget this. Positions 1 through 4 are locked
Michael
into
Howard now
Mortal Kombat.
Wow. Yeah, just looking really closely at the incident between Chris Daniel and JR Hoops. That's going to be an interesting one for the stewards to look at.
And Michael Howernick now sets fastest lap 105.75.
Yeah, it's a group of 3 with Leo Ovtcharov, Michael Howernick, Jeffrey Decker, and then Philippe Jett in hot pursuit, and then Jason Bice, Max DiGiacomo, and Carl Dronke, and another group of 3 right behind them. And they are they're closing in on mid 105 laps, which is just blazing fast.
Oh yeah, it is incredible. Of course, now they're all up to temperature, brakes and tires and everything else. They're probably starting to think about pit strategies because that might play. I don't know what is the undercut.
Oh,
here?
there's been another incident. Is that Philippe Jett? I think out of turn 5 went off track and has lost a bunch of positions.
Oh no. Yeah, he's down to P7.
Yep. I'm not sure if there was contact. There may have been wheel-to-wheel contact.
And I see that Chris Daniel has gone into pit lane. Obviously to get a new tire put on his car.
And just looking at that incident with Philippe, no contact. Just lost the rear end a little bit.
Yeah, it just takes a moment of not concentrating properly as the front three really start to pull away a little bit from the next three. They're all doing it in threes today, I don't know why. As Leo is now in the lead. No, Michael Howanick? No, Leo's in the lead.
One of the interesting things for newcomers to the league and to this broadcast is in Sunday Night Skippy, fuel is restricted in the cars. So that typically you have to make at least one and usually two stops for refueling in order to finish the race.
Oh, they didn't touch. Oh my gosh, look at that. Coming out of turn one, turn two, Michael pushed Leo wide going into turn one. And because of that, so did Decker caught up with him. And just coming out of the end of that turn one, turn two complex, they got really close together. What, live? Oh, I'm on replay, dang it.
I was wondering if it was off.
Here you go. Caught up now. I apologize, folks.
Pim, if I could tell you about the battle for P10, Alan Paris, who has graduated from Skippy Formula 2, and is just he's being hotly pursued by Sammy Bridges and has overcooked it now coming out of turn one. Boy, that feels like a broadcaster's curse.
Yeah,
Sorry
from who
about
did you learn that one? Because that was
Well
really
done.
well timed.
Well done.
Lost it
The
again.
curse is lifted. I have nothing left to do with any of this. It's all Peter.
Huh.
We see that
Wow.
Sammy Bridge is going to do an attack over here. He is getting really close. Aaron La behind him. Chris Stewart has to defend that. Whoa!
Oh.
That went well.
Yeah, it looked like Sammy had to really brake a little bit harder.
Yeah, that was maybe an overreaction of me. I do that sometimes.
Now, see, if I had made the call, Sammy would have swapped out.
Right, so how is he going in front? We do see Leo and Michael again fighting over there. And Jeffrey Decker is awfully quiet.
I like to say biding his time. Looking for opportunity as they run lap 10, coming up for lap 11.
We see that Max has crashed. What happened to him? He was fighting over there with Carl Dronke. No, with Jason Bice. He was fighting with Jason Bice.
Bice and Giacomo have both jumped to the pits.
Oh.
But I don't know what you guys were talking about Philippe Jette, where he is, but he's now getting really close to Carl Dronke again, who's driving on that fourth position.
Philippe Jette, as Howanick does a 1:05.602. That's pretty damn fast.
Very, very fast. And actually
Yeah.
just...
Sorry, Philippe is right all over Dronke's gearbox right now. Very close to him, and Scott Bell. Let's mention Mr. Bell is in there as well.
And Gurkan Demir in hot pursuit of those two, right behind.
Yep.
One of the things, Ian and Chris, I found is it's so easy to overdrive this course. It's one where I can't remember another course where I had to concentrate so much on keeping the tires as quiet as possible.
Yeah.
Interesting.
No one yet diving for the pits, so no early pitting.
And we know we got back to a one-stop session here, or
I believe it's a two-stop session. The fuel
it's a
restrictions
two-stop session?
mean,
Okay.
for a 45-minute race that they would not be able to finish. I mean, sometimes people try, but it's
Guys, I'm
tough.
looking here at Scott Bell on position number 6. Is really fighting hard.
Oh,
Nice to see that.
sorry,
Always in the
P8,
house.
back in P8, Sammy Bridges and Chris Stewart side by side, coming out of the hairpin. Aaron Law looking right behind. They're probably going to be side by side all the way through turn 1 from here.
Yeah, a lot of great racing happening throughout the field here. You can see their Aaron Law, Sammy Bridges trading positions as they go into the heavy braking zone.
Scott is really
Wow.
pushing the back of
Yeah.
Philippe Jet. But again, it's as I said before, it's really hard to overtake. You know, the person in front of you almost has to make a mistake to let you really get a good run at it. And I know we've got some Scott Bell fans in the house.
We do. We absolutely do. Team Bell.
Well, they show up regular as clockwork. It's awesome. Scott's got a little bit of run at him. Trying to take the inside, going into turn 1. Here we go. They're going to go into turn 1, so almost side by side. And Scott's got the position. Can he keep it? As I think Philippe Jet backed out a little bit, make sure it kept it all safe, which almost gave Gurkan Demir the chance to jump past Philippe Jet, but Scott Bell took that place. Made himself a little teeny tiny bit of a gap. And he's now up to P5.
Looks like we are starting to see some takers for their first refueling stops. So Brian Perez is in the pit right now, getting his first splash of fuel.
Let's see if how this is all going to work out. But does anybody know what the whether or not? Oh no, I say okay. He went to the pits or he jumped to the pits.
I believe he went to the pits,
Okay.
but yeah. Yeah, I think that he just had a normal refueling stop. He might be the first one.
As our front 3 still keep going.
Well, if anything, that front 3 is even closer together than before.
I wonder if they're going to do different strategies on their pit stop. All right, Chris, what would you do if you were Howick?
Which Chris are you talking to?
Either one.
Now I'm going to let you answer that.
Well, I would push it as far as possible and pit at the last second, and then just use that position later on. If you stay out, then you put pressure on the guys that come out of that pit and make up some time.
Yeah,
Right,
Chris,
lap 16.
I think you're right, because in this situation, I got frustrated because since I had such a powerful draft, I felt I was faster than the 2 guys ahead of me, but I wasn't able to pass, and so I tried an undercut, which did not work. And so, in fact, I lost a position by pitting early, and so it's a tough, I think it's a difficult situation for both Michael and Jeffrey here. You know, Leo, I think, really controls the race.
Probably if you've got somebody that is holding you up and then pit an undercut there, that's probably the only time I would undercut on this track.
Yeah. The problem is, you know, my attempt to undercut also got me to lose the draft.
Right.
So maybe if Leo goes in, the other 2 should both stay out. And then they could put in a slightly faster lap, because he'll put Leo, when he comes out, on his own. then are they thinking? Are they both thinking like that at the same time?
This was a big discussion on the Discord the last few days with Philippe Jett just asking a lot of questions because he's not accustomed generally to having to make refueling stops, and so he was asking quite a bit of advice, and so it'll be very interesting to see how he does.
Well, I have a question. You're a newer player. Do the tires cool when you're in the pits?
No.
So they stay exactly the same as when you went in?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing.
Just remember not to change them.
Because if you overheat the tires and by staying out, then wouldn't that wear it out and make it a little bit more slick at the end of the race?
These are Skippy tires. They're indestructible.
Okay. Just checking.
They are. They're cold and slippery at the beginning, and then they get sticky, and then they just sort of stay that way.
Okay.
You can overheat them, like if you spin out, or you can find that like your next turn or two is very slippery because you slightly overheated them. But apart from that, as Michael Hownick does an inside move again on Leo, going into turn one, Leo goes very wide. Decker almost takes that position from him.
Just looking at the battle for P12, Steve Dewar is in P12 right now, but he's being hotly pursued by Jeff Torbeck, Benjamin Harris, and Jacob Berkheimer. And they've just gotten into single file on the oval, but in the infield, they were again bunched up, sticking noses into each other's business, and just really going at it.
I think that's the only way to get your passing done is to be a little bit, elbows out, as they say. Speaking of which, looking forward to a new series of Formula One coming up in another. I think our first glimpse of the cars is in February, right? So I can't wait for that. That's going to be so exciting.
We had to wait an extra year for that because of the pandemic. It should have been this year that the new cars came out.
Yeah, for this season. Oh, and Leo goes for the inside move on Hownick as they do another lap. Hownick goes wide. Decker tries to take advantage, but can't quite squeeze in there as Hownick closes the door on him.
Back in P13, Benjamin Harris and Jeff Torbeck are side by side in the oval section.
We've got people coming out of the pits after refueling now, which is also another thing that folks have to really pay attention to.
It does seem like that inside line through T1 is really the preferred one if you're in a battle.
Yeah. It's almost like they're practicing overtaking there.
Yeah. I think we're going to see the race leaders pit sometime soon. We've had quite a few people: Carl Dronke, Chris Stewart, Aaron Law, Charlie McCarty, Brian Perez, Spencer Clark, Max DiGiacomo. They've all made refueling stops.
And they don't. They stay out for another lap. As somebody got out of their way nicely.
It's like a game of chicken. They're all waiting for each other to go in.
It would be really, really funny if they all run out of gas. But of course, the two behind Leo have been having the opportunity to save fuel because they're running in his draft the whole time. Maybe they'll give him another lap, half a lap, I don't know.
That's a really good point. That's probably why Decker's just hanging out there the whole time.
Yeah, which means that when they do pit, he'll be able to get topped up faster because you need less fuel.
Or stay out one extra lap.
Exactly. So it's going to be interesting. Although I think that and it looks like they're pitting this lap. At least two of them isn't. Decker is, you called it, my friend. You called it, staying out an extra lap.
It makes sense for Jeffrey to stay out because he'll pick up the bonus point for leading a lap this way.
He will, but he's lost the draft of those two.
Yeah.
So it's going to put him a little bit out of sequence. So now what's going to happen when he comes out, when he comes out, he's not going to come out with that group, and so he's going to have to work with somebody else. Try and find somebody else.
one disadvantage of those two going in together is when they're presumably going to come out together and they're going to be fighting each other in the pit lane and looking out for people swinging around that turn one. That's going to be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Perhaps, I struggled to get the perfect pit entry here. The pit entry is so wide, but it's sort of featureless, and I found it hard to know, how hard to brake and where to brake. I don't know about you.
No, it was tough.
Yeah.
I think somebody ran into the pit wall on the outside.
Hey guys,
Boy,
I
Leo,
do
Leo.
want to
Yep.
have a quick
Go
look. We see Charles McCartney driving 21st position, but for me personally, one of the best scheme paints ever. Look at that beautiful car.
Yeah, boy. Well, and this is one of the great things about this league is that a lot of the drivers put in a lot of effort with their custom paint jobs, and it's just really fun and awesome to see on track.
Yeah. Decker did another lap out there on his own, so he clearly had saved quite a bit of fuel. What's his time? He did a 1:05.7. He did a 1:06.27 in the last lap.
Philippe Jet is in the pits for his first, league race pit stop. So let's hope it goes well for him. It looks like he has refueled and he's on the pit exit now.
Nicely done.
I'm sure that's a big relief for him and getting that under his belt.
As Jeffrey Decker now goes into the pits. So now we got to see where he's coming out as he trundles along at 32 kilometers an hour. My goodness me, doesn't it feel slow when you get into the pits and you're just like trundling along to your pit box?
And it's at a point where if you push down, for me at least, for the accelerator, it's so easy to go above that 30. You don't even realize it. You're looking somewhere else and boom, you're above it.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so Jeffrey is in the pits.
Yeah, Leo's coming around the oval.
Still there. And he's moving. He's heading for the pit exit.
Boy, it's going to be close. No, but Leo's easily going to take over first position.
Yep.
And now it is Jeffrey versus Michael Howenick.
And he's got well clear of Howenick. So now Jeffrey's going to be in presumptive P2.
We discussed this, Pim and Chris, last season. If Leo Ovtcharov, last season's champion, had any, flaw or areas of improvement opportunity in his driving, it was with his pit stops. But by the end of the season, he had really mastered pit stops, and we're seeing that again tonight.
Yeah, we also see Gurkan Demir and Benjamin Harris coming into the pit.
Well, Dronky's going to be presumptive is going to be running P3, but has he not stopped yet? Oh, sorry, P4.
Before, yeah, he.
No, Amir just popped out of the pits in front of Dronky.
All right, so we have now Gurkan Demir in P4, Carl Drunk in P5, Scott Bell in P6, and Philippe Jet in P7. Now, and Pim's favorite driver, Sammy Bridges, up in P8, running a very strong race.
Yeah, and why he's one of my favorite drivers, you should have a look at Sammy's Twitch account. He's a great streamer and always very nice and very fun to watch.
Looking back at P4, Gurkan Demir and Carl Dronky are they are in this battle for P4 right now. Carl really closing quickly with the draft into T1. He has to back off a little bit.
Well, looks like Decker's strategy is working because he's up a position after all that's said and done, and he's posting the fastest lap.
105.5. That's very quick. And just looking at this battle between Demir and Dronky, Dronky is closing the gap all the time onto back of Demir.
Here, what Carl's trying to do, I tried to make that pass several times on Dan Pagowski in the SF2 race and could never make it stick. Dan would reclaim the position on the exit. I'm amazed to see Carl make that work.
That was really nicely done.
Yeah, beautiful.
Now they're coming up on some back markers.
Jeffrey Decker is going to make the move over here. Suddenly he's on the first position.
Nicely done. Now they do have to stop again, so I guess Jeffrey wants to get those points for running in first place for a bit.
And since he went later, he now controls exactly when he wants to pit.
Yep.
Back in P17, Steve Doer and Jason Berkheimer just went too wide through turn 1. Looks like Steve conceded the corner, and now Jason Berkheimer is in P17.
Mark Rayner's in P11. He's our new guy, right?
He is. I think he ran a few of the races at the end of last season, but this will be his first full season with Skippy Formula One. Running a strong race today. And while we're looking back through the field, the battle for P12, Sean Tretiak and Kyle Reed. Kyle's getting a good run coming in the front straight, and they're going to go too wide again into turn 1, and Sean, I think, just wants to be safe through there and maybe have a chance to take it back the next time around.
Tretiak, wasn't he a world-famous goaltender for Soviet Union?
Ah, I think you're right. Someone watching the stream will have to put in the chat some information about that.
Guys, I do see that there's actually some information that they're saying it's a one-stop, and I do think with 40 minutes they could be possibly true about that.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Leo hit the grass and still managed to hold on to the car. Beautifully driven. I thought he was gonna just die right there, but kept the car through turn 1. Let Decker get a little bit out and gave Howanick the chance to close up behind him.
Well, this is an incredible battle. These top 3, they are just so fast, and they are just trading positions like crazy.
Meanwhile, back further, let's see, Scott Bell is kind of on his own right now. He's a bit adrift from the cars ahead, and he's got a nice buffer behind him to Philippe Jett. And Sammy Bridges is a little bit adrift of Philippe also. Slightly out, they're all just outside of each other's draft. Chris Stewart behind him. Aaron Lahr we haven't mentioned today, but he's running a fine race back in P10 at the moment, so keeping himself going. And these are the places, so it's not going to be a lot more changes as Aaron tries to work on the back of Chris Stewart, getting a lot closer through turn 1, although he muffs it coming out of turn 2 into turn 3 a little bit, loses some speed.
Sorry guys, I'm looking up here for Jason Berkheimer, who has an awesome fight with Jeff Dorbeck. They don't let each other go, and every corner it's something. Great to see that, how well they have that skip under their belt.
Yeah, Pim, I was watching the same thing, because Jeff Torbeck was in the lead on the last lap, and Jason got a great draft.
Let's go to the front. Let's go to the front because Jeffrey Decker doesn't let it go. Leo Oktarov is full under attack, and also Michael is coming in there now as well. They do see that the time is running out.
5 minutes 46 seconds left in the race.
Now, well, having seen how this thing started, what are our predictions for the season, boys and girls?
All right, I'm gonna put all my money, and I'm gonna borrow all the money from Chris, and then I'm gonna put it all on Leo.
Well, that's a that's a stake in the ground right there.
Well,
As they
watching
come down the line, past over the start-finish line, they're going to go into turn 1 too wide. Leo's on the outside, and I see that Hownick's really trying to stick it in there, and he's really close. Looks like Leo might. Oh, wow, that is some tight racing right there.
You could see Jeffrey Decker taking a very, very defensive, tight inside line going into T1, really making it hard for Leo to try to make a pass on the outside.
He's a little wide coming out of, is it turn 6?
Another thing about Decker is that he watched the other two for the first half of the race, so he knows where they're weak, where they're strong, and can defend a lot better now.
Yeah. Leo tries to start to get a move set up, coming onto the oval.
It's interesting, Max DiGiacomo is really benefiting from this. Max had unfortunate incident early on in the race and is a lap down, but we know based on his qualifying, he really. Oh, here we go again. It looks like Leo's going to make another attempt to make an outside pass here. Super difficult.
He's just keeping the speed in, but he's bleeding it as he goes round that. Oh my goodness me!
Wow.
And Decker. Oh, and Hownick's trying to take advantage of this, and he's going to try and do the outside round Decker, but Decker's having none of it, keeping an inside line, pushing him wide. And then, I thought he was going to do a lunge down the inside of turn, is it 5? 6?
Well,
Yeah.
I do have to say that I think Jeffrey has some explaining to do back home, because that was very, very close with Leo. Didn't know they were actually married to each other.
More like welded. Not wedded, but welded.
Definitely, look at that.
So we have a chess match going on here, because if my math is right, I'm estimating after they cross the start-finish line right here that there will be 3 laps left in the race.
Peter, you can't have this wrong. I just said you're our main guy for math, setups, and anything like that. So I trust you completely on that.
Decker tries to take the outside line round. That outside line just doesn't really work, does it?
No, it works. It works when you're called Leo. Then you can do that.
Well, okay.
Also very scary.
Yes.
Boy, that grass comes, on the outside when you're
Yeah.
that move just comes up so fast.
And if you get a tire on that, it is all over.
Yep.
Unless your name's Leo.
Yeah, or Jeffrey Decker, I have to admit on that one as well, because I know that he's a big champion in our league. And currently he is driving very smart, so we'll see how that works out. But you're right, Peter, Max is right behind there, Max DiGiacomo, and he is actually holding on to them. So speed-wise, nothing wrong with Max. Some incidents.
Yeah, I think that incident to put him a lap down, he had a tow, so he's running in P23, but he's as fast as this lead 3.
Ooh, they're getting closer and closer to each other going in here. This is some exciting racing.
It's funny. We're like with 5 people, and we're all just watching the top 3 because I can't get rid of it. It's too exciting.
There's some contact.
There was a bit of a contact there. I think Decker got into the back of Leo, and everybody locked up.
But now Leo has the preferred inside line here for this hairpin, but Jeffrey might be able to get a better run on the exit.
Yeah, it's not the last run, so...
Yep, they will definitely get the white flag now, crossing start-finish line here.
Leo have a little bit of damage in the back there?
Boy, look at the tight inside defensive line that Leo...
Yeah.
in fact, Leo's parking right in the middle of the front straight here.
Yeah, Leo's looks like his rear wing's a bit skew-if. That's one of those technical racing terms.
Sure, it's something British.
Well, it seemed not to have much trouble on it because he's very quick. But is this Jeffrey's Decker day, and is he gonna get him here on the last? It's gonna be very close. He needs to make a move over here or on that long straight.
The exit here of this hairpin is everything now for all of these drivers.
Look at how close Decker is to the back of Leo.
Leo's going to go totally defensive, as low as he can.
And Decker pulls out early. Why did he pull out so early? Keep that draft, get the speed, and get on the straight part, and then just kind of pop past him. I don't think he's going to be able to make it now.
Yeah, perfectly played by Leo. What a race.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was amazing.
And that's a really amazing, but we're not done yet because Carl Drunke and Kirk in the mirror. Oh, that was very close. Carl Drunke on the 4th position. Scott Bell, 5th position, or 6th position, really great. Philip Jette on the 7th position. Sammy Bridge, welcome back, 8th position. Chris Stewart, 9th. Mark Rayner, look at that, 10th position.
Fantastic.
And then,
Kyle
of
Reed.
course, Kyle Reed. This is really our fast charger. 17 spots up on 11th position.
Benjamin Harris is up 12. He did very well.
Yeah, we see up here Jason Berkheimer, Steven Durr, Brian Perez. Not sure exactly what happened with him. And that was the complete pack. Wow. So tell me, guys, what do you thought?
It is going to be an interesting season.
Yes.
I think we can say with great confidence that this season is going to be good.
It's just so blazingly fast. You just see how close and they can battle and still stay with each other. And then Max Giacomo finishes P23 and is just as fast. The speed up and down this field is crazy.
Yeah.
As we were talking before, this track is very slick and very treacherous. For them to be that tight and go around just shows how skilled these guys are for not wrecking.
Yes. Yeah. They've really shown us how to drive this track for sure. That was a hell of a race. That was a hell of a race.
Yeah, we're just looking at the start a little bit. It was amazing to see how many people could save over there. Too bad Jonathan Dockery, welcome back, but bad luck on that start.
Well, we have our second place
position.
finisher,
Yeah.
Jeffrey Decker. Jeffrey.
That's just I've got my name on that spot. That's just I've claimed it. It's mine. That's where I'm staying.
So tell us
Jeffrey.
about all the big secrets you had in turn 1 and all the fights that you had with your welded friend Leo.
Yeah, no, it was, holding the inside, it was my only chance there. And he did a good job of getting alongside me early, so I couldn't move over as much as I wanted to. And when he made the overtake, he held me really tight to the inside, so I couldn't really. I had to lift a little bit earlier that time around, and he well-earned overtake there. It's no easy task to overtake on the outside, and it was just a perfectly executed pass. He just held me to the inside just enough, couldn't hang on. So big kudos. I did give him a little booty tap there towards the end. I tried to give it back to him, give the spot back to him after that without letting Michael by. But overall, good battle. Just feels like deja vu or something, like end last season, start this season the same way, just like side by side. It's pretty good stuff.
It's gonna be a long season.
We do have Leo Oftarov, our race winner, in the booth. It'll be interesting to get his take on that battle. Leo, tell us about it.
Hello. I had a blast. That was so much fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, we certainly did, mate. We certainly did.
Leo,
that was tough.
Leo and Jeffrey, when you had that contact, I think it was with 1 or 2, maybe 2 laps, 1.5 laps to go.
Yeah.
That had to put a lump in your throats.
Yeah. I think I don't know what necessarily happened there. I caught Leo a little bit faster than I thought. I tried to get on it, and just luckily it was like a small tap. I'm sorry about your wang, Leo.
It's all good, buddy. Sorry about your wang.
One thing we were
I get mine.
Nice.
talking about was the pit strategy. What was the calculus going into that?
For me, it was just to stay out as long as I could. I had a friend come in with me right behind, so that was a little hairy at first, but we made it out alive, so that was good.
Yeah, for me, that first stint was all about just saving as much as I could, and just trying to get like a lap or two in after those guys. I think I could have stayed out for one more, but I think if I did, I probably would have lost Leo. So I think it's fortunate that I decided to pull the trigger and not try to run it an extra lap. But yeah, it was just fuel saving first stint to try to jump maybe a little bit second stint. But Leo's got these pit stops down now. He's just too quick.
Yeah, people learn. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, this guy doesn't need to learn anything else. Come on, he's got all the tricks.
Yeah, it's all good, mate. It's all good. Well, I tell you, it was extremely entertaining to watch you guys battle that thing off and see the close racing going on at the front. Phenomenal.
Cheers, yeah, it was good fun. And I mean, outside of me kissing Leo's gearbox, it was super, super clean and respectful, which was great.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff. We've got anybody? So, what do you think now for the season? We've got Snetterton next.
My favorite.
Yeah, love that one. So yeah, it should be another good fight. It was cool to see Michael get pole. I mean, I know I messed up my last lap, but even then, I'm not quite sure I had him. I don't know about Leo, but yeah, it was just yeah, it was nice to see some different faces up at the front of the grid as well. Like Philippe coming in and starting the season off at the beginning. I think it's going to be good fun. Michael being back, whenever Pete's around and Bice is back. It's going to be a good group at the front. I think it's going to be good fun.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
All
congratulations to Michael for 3rd place. Awesome job.
Yeah. We might have to take Leo's name off of the pole position trophy. It may no longer be the Leo commemorative pole position trophy.
Yeah, he put a heck of a lap in there to do that. He really did. So good to see him. Good to see you being challenged there, Leo.
Always. Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leo, I do
Brilliant.
have to admit something to you, that there is something on the line. It's not all for nothing. I actually put all my money and all Chris's money on this season on you. So please do some practice on Snetterton, because I need you to win over there. But I have a complete confidence that you guys are going to make an awesome race again. So that will be a lot of fun. Yeah,
Does
Jeffrey.
that bet even pay out? I mean, I just feel like they can't even pay out that bet, right? It's just he's basically guaranteed up there.
Oh well.
You just put $100 down and they give you like a penny back or something like that. You're like, oh great.
Yeah, well, we'll have to talk with Peter about it, but I'm definitely gonna get my money in here, Pierre, because Leo has taken that first victory already I am curious about Michael, because Michael was quick in that pole and he was there the whole time. If he actually is going to show his face in the front, then you guys are going to be a little bit afraid of that. But great to see these three. I think we have a lot more drivers. Carl Dronke, what about that? He was in that top 10 the whole time. So curious to see how he's going to do it next race. Any shout outs for you, Jeffrey and Leo?
Yeah, congratulations to Jeffrey. That was a tough battle. That was so much fun. I hope we can get to do it again next race. Congrats to Michael for coming back this season and clinching third. That was awesome. And welcome to Philippe, the newest driver, another fast guy, which I'm sure we'll see him up here as well. And to all the crew in Shake and Bake.
Awesome.
Yeah, for me, it's just a big thanks to the wifey for letting me get away and do these, and thanks to Lando the puppy for not so patiently waiting outside of my room while I do the race. And then just thanks to you guys for keeping the broadcast rolling, and then just big welcome back to Michael, and welcome to Philippe, and then Sammy Bridges is back. I don't know what happened to Bice, but some familiar faces coming back. It's good to see him.
Yeah, look out, Jason Bice. He will be back in that top 5 very soon. I saw that he had at least the speed for it, so it's going to be great.
If anything, I think the top of the field has gotten even closer together, and everyone's definitely upping their game, and there's just a sliver of paper just separating each of these guys, maybe amongst the top 15 or so. So it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fun, tight season out there. It's gonna be good times.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a great ending for this stream. I want to thank everybody for watching this new season, Season 9, What's Gonna Bring It All. I want to wish everybody, at least for this week, a very short week with lots of festivities, and we'll see you back next Sunday.